Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so before I start the class, one thing I have to tell you that from now on, we have to send your attendance directly to the Vice Chancellor, sir. So, sir, make sure no student miss any class because from now on, attendance will be checked by the Vice Chancellor, sir. Okay, so in the last class, we have discussed till types of X-ray tube. We have discussed till the types of X-ray tube, but only two topics from that chapter is left. One is stationary anode X-ray tube, and one is rotating anode X-ray tube. Very small topics left. So we will discuss that two topics later. And today I am going to start the next chapter, electromagnetic induction. Okay, so before we start electromagnetic induction, first we have to know what is electric field and what is magnetic field. So anyone remember the definition of electric field and magnetic field? Anyone? Can you tell me? You can tell me in your own words. Students, respond something. You know the definition of electric field and magnetic field or not? Hmm?
Ma'am, electric field,
Magnetic field is a vector field.
Hmm.
Magnetic influences on moving electric charges.
Hmm. And what about electric field?
electric field creates an electric charge in surrounding.
Hmm. Okay. So basically, for electric field, the area around a charged particle up to which it can attract or repel another charged particle. The area around a charged particle, that is electric field. And for magnetic field, the area around a magnet up to which it can attract another magnet. Okay, up to which it can attract another magnet is the magnetic field. So we can see that there is a similarity between electric field and magnetic field. So the uh, for charge, we know that there are two kinds of charges in nature. One is positive charge, one is negative charge. And when we put a positive charge in a positive in near of another positive charge, it will repel the positive charge, right? And when we put a negative charge near a positive charge, it will attract the negative charge. Similarly, in case of magnets, there are two poles in a magnet. One is south pole and other is north pole. South pole and south pole will repel. South pole and north pole will attract, and north pole and north pole also repel. In case of electric charge, two types of charge, completely different charge, positive charge, negative charge. But in case of magnet, the two poles stays inside in a same magnet only. One magnet have both south pole and north pole. Okay, so it's all about magnetic field and electric field. So in the word electromagnetic induction, there is a two word, electricity and magnetism. Okay, so when the charge is at rest, it produces a area around it produces electric field around itself, right? And when charges move, it produces current. Okay, so electricity and magnetism were considered separate and unrelated phenomena for a long time. In the early decades of the 19th century, experiments on electric currents by Ørsted, Ampere, and a few others established that the fact electricity and magnetism are interrelated. They found moving electric charges produce magnetic field. So, not only moving electric charges produce current, it also produces magnetic field. Okay, when charges move, it produces a electric current opposite to the direction of this opposite to the direction of the charges, it produces a electric current, and it will produce a magnetic field around the wire in which the charges are traveling. Okay, so let us consider a wire. Okay, in that wire, charges are traveling from from negative to positive. Okay, charges are flowing from negative to positive. Then current will produce from positive to negative, and around that wire a magnetic field will be from. So from that we get to know that moving electric charges not only produces current, but it also produces magnetic field. Again, vice versa, moving magnetic field can also produces electric current. The experiments of Michael Faraday in England and Joseph Henry in USA, conducted around 1830, showed that changing magnetic field also produces electric current in a closed coil. So, moving charges produces magnetic field, and moving magnetic field also produces electric current, vice versa. Okay, the phenomena in which electric current is generated by varying magnetic field is called electromagnetic induction or induced EMF. Okay, so in the phenomena in which electric current is generated by varying magnetic field is called electromagnetic induction or induced EMF. So electromagnetic induction is also known as induced EMF. In this phenomena, current is generated by moving magnetic field. So there are two ways in which EMF can be induced. So first one is when an electric conductor is kept in a moving magnetic field. Number two, when the electric conductor is constantly moving in a static magnetic field. In the first case, the conductor is at its STD position, but the magnetic field is moving. And in the second case, the magnetic field is at constant state, and but the electric conductor is constantly moving. So there are two kinds of ways in which EMF can be induced. Number one, the conductor is kept in a steady position, but the magnetic field is moving. In second case, uh, when we constantly move a electric conductor in a constant magnetic field. Okay, so these are some examples of the objects in which uh, they are based on the principle of induced EMF. They are such as motors, galvanometer, generator, transformer, etc. So some of the components we will study later in this chapter, such as motor, generator, and transformer. We will get to study about this in this chapter. Okay. Next topic is self and mutual induction. So first of all, we know what is induced EMF or electromagnetic induction is. We know electromagnetic induction can be produced in two ways. And third is there are two types of electromagnetic induction. One is self induction and the other is mutual induction. Okay. In case of self-induction, when the rate of change of current or rate of change of magnetic field in any coil produces voltage or EMF in the same coil, then it is called self-induction. So in the first case, self-induction, EMF is inducing in the same coil in which we are creating change in magnetic field or change in electric current. And in case of mutual induction, we are putting change in magnetic field or change in electric current in a coil, and the EMF is producing in a nearby coil. Okay, when the rate, in case of mutual induction, when the rate of change of current or rate of change of magnetic field produces voltage or EMF in the nearby coil, then it is called mutual induction. Okay, so we will change the electric current or magnetic field in a coil, but the EMF or voltage will produce in a nearby coil. Though without applying any kind of battery or any kind of external voltage, we will get some voltage in that nearby coil in case of mutual induction. Okay, next topic is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Why the students are leaving the meeting? Huh? Some of the students are leaving the meeting. You have something important to do or what? Okay. So according to this law, the magnitude of induced EMF in a circuit is equal to the time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. So we know that when magnetic field changes, then EMF is induced in a closed coil without applying any external voltage. So the definition of magnetic field is the magnetic lines of force passing through a particular area. Okay, so we have discussed about electric lines of force in the last semester, right? So magnetic lines of force is similar as uh, electric lines of force. They determine the direction of magnetic field. So magnetic flux is the number of magnetic lines of force passing through a particular area. So they are magnetic flux or magnetic field is same. So the magnitude or the amount of amount of induced EMF produced in a closed circuit can be determined by the time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. So let me explain that we know that when we change magnetic flux, it produces uh, induced EMF. So that induced EMF will be equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux in time. So the time rate of change of magnetic flux or the rate of change of magnetic flux with time. Okay. So mathematically the induced EMF is given by this equation. This symbol E is for induced EMF, which is equal to minus d phi b by ddt. ddt we know that it is for time rate of change of magnetic flux phi b. So minus sign is for the direction. Okay, the negative sign indicates the direction uh, of the induced EMF E, and phi B is the magnetic flux. So that in which we are changing in which way we are changing the magnetic flux in the opposite direction, EMF will be induced. EMF will be induced in the opposite direction of the magnetic flux. Okay. Okay, so this equation is true when there is only one turn in the electrical coil. If there is n number of turn in the coil, then the equation will be changes to this. We just multiply the number of turns in that first equation. In case of closely wound coil of n turns, change of flux associated with each turn is the same. Therefore, the expression for total induced EMF is given by this equation. We will just multiply the number of turns in the first equation. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask. Do you have any question regarding today's class? Okay, then give your attendance. Ma'am, can you please explain Faraday's law again? Okay, of course. Wait. Okay, so we know we know that when we sense the magnetic flux near a electrical circuit, a current will produce in that circuit or a voltage will produce in that circuit, which is called induced EMF. Near if we uh, sense the magnetic flux near a closed electrical conductor, a current or a voltage will produce in that conductor without applying any external voltage. That is called induced EMF. So or when we put the electrical when we move that electrical conductor in a constant magnetic field, also it produces an voltage. So that voltage or the amount of that voltage, which is called induced EMF, is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux with time. So the magnitude of the induced EMF is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux with time. So magnetic flux or magnetic field is basically a similar thing. Magnetic flux is actually the magnetic lines of force passing through a particular area, passing through a unit area. Okay, so magnetic flux and magnetic field is basically the same thing. So when we move a magnetic flux around near a electrical conductor, it produces a induced EMF. That induced EMF is equal to the magnetic flux, rate of change of magnetic flux with time. Okay, so this the mathematical equation which will describe this law. E is for induced EMF, phi b is for magnetic flux, and minus d dt for rate of change of magnetic flux with time, and the minus sign will indicate the direction of the induced EMF, which will be uh, produced in the opposite direction of the magnetic field. Since they have opposite since though both the direction of induced EMF and the magnetic field is opposite to each other, that's why we will use the negative sign. So this equation is when there is only one turn in the electrical coil. If there are n number of turns in that electrical coil, then we will multiply the number of turns to this equation. Okay, did you understand now? Okay, do you understand now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, all of you give your attendance. Okay, you can leave the meeting.